Hey there, how are you? I hope that all is well and everything is absolutely amazing on your end. Welcome back. This is your Light in Darkness, and I am back again with another beautiful read and amazing insights for all of you once again. I really believe that a lot of you are going to feel really happy and uplifted after hearing today's reading and the messages it has to convey to all of you today, okay? Because it's filled with so much light, so much progress, so much greatness, I feel like you might want to celebrate or just give yourself a tap on your shoulder for the wonderful changes you are bringing in as a result of choosing yourself and living by your spiritual truths. So without wasting any of our time, let's begin with the messages and the read I have for all of you today, okay? So I see here that many of you are experiencing a challenge or issue coming from the men your counterpart has in his life. This is very likely a case where your person is a man and there were other men in their life who were turning them against you or were influencing them to look at you in a way which is abusive and disrespectful. I see that changing here. You might want to know how and why. It's happening because many of you are choosing to live your life as a good leader, as a positive example based on the spiritual truths. That's why it's changing. If you're not doing so, then I suggest you to do so, because that's the only way you'll bring in the breakthrough you need, and that's the only way justice is going to get served and the change we want to see in this world is going to come. That's the way you will serve and fulfill your purpose. I mean to say that the purpose of your connection is to bring in the change I'm talking about. The change of bringing balance. The change of helping people understand that we need to look at each other as human beings rather than as objects or inferior individuals than us. Because the issue you are experiencing coming from men in your person's life was coming because of the belief they had or were conditioned to have regarding women, or let's say regarding women like you. It's very likely here that the issues were coming from the men they have in their family or in their friend circle, who were suggesting them, teaching them, and were influencing them to live in a way which satisfies their ego, pride, and arrogance, rather than choosing love, humility, compassion, cooperation, understanding, or wisdom, which is what is getting eliminated here, or in other words, which is what your person is realizing at present as to how it wrecked their life, their mindset, or your connection. I see here that slowly but surely your person is looking at things differently and are choosing to walk on a different path than those men they have in their life. And it is challenging. It is bothersome and troublesome for them. These people are making it bothersome and troublesome. Also, you can say that it's because these people would make it bothersome or troublesome if your person chose you in the past. They didn't choose you. They chose a different person, different path, or just these people over you. That was the reason, which is changing. And that's a big thing, because for someone who lived around men like these, who think that women deserve to be abused or disrespected or used because they are objects rather than human beings, it's a very big thing. It's a very big thing for a man to realize that there's a different way of living and being. There's a different way of looking at women or just other people in general, because the men they have in their life were abusive or are abusive. They think and believe about themselves that they are superior, more powerful, and should be in authority over others, especially over women. The patriarchy was really a problem here, which is what your person is realizing, and now I see them taking a stand for that. This might not be related with you or your connection at all. I just see that they are realizing, their eyes have opened, and they are awakened to the fact that that's not the way to live, that's not the way to spend your life, that's not the way to treat another human being, or that's not right in general. This is what I see your person is realizing, or willing to change at their own level, their individual level. This is a big thing. You might think that the changes we want to see in the world can only happen as a result of some sort of big revolutions taking place. However, God had different plans, and one of the element of his big divine plan was to bring in these connections and people like you in this world who lead their life as a positive example for these changes to come in at individual levels, because that's how these changes get rooted and grounded for other big changes to come through. You have to understand what I just said. You have to, reflect over what I just said. This is the purpose of your connection, and those who realize this, those who have realized this already, those who know this, are aware of it, are going to feel really, really happy after hearing what I'm saying here. Because you have achieved another milestone on your journey. You have overcome another big challenge or obstacle on your journey, and you deserve to be commended for this, because you are the catalyst for this change to come in here. It's because many of you are leading your life as positive examples. It's because now you are preaching spiritual truths and living by them. It's because now you're teaching real values, spreading real knowledge, and living your life as a positive example. This change is coming in because your person sees it. Even if you're not together, even if there's no communication happening, even if there's complete silence, or there's no relationship or any kind of bond between you two, you still are responsible to bring in this change, because your person follows your lead even if you're not together. Maybe energetically, vibrationally, or by any other reason, they follow your lead, and the changes you bring in affect them. The shifts you create shift something within them and in their life as well. That's what I see is happening here. They're slowly but surely realizing that the best way to live their life is by bringing in balance. So for those of you who are experiencing a challenge like this on their journey, where you might see your person listening to their arrogant, atrocious, abusive friends who are men, or family members who are men, be patient, let go, and focus on yourself and on attaining spiritual knowledge. That's why I had been suggesting all of you to read Srimad Bhagavad Gita, because that breaks these barriers, that makes you aware of all the wrong things we have learned so far, all the wrong that's going on in the world. It shatters those dysfunctional patterns we succumb to. It shatters those negative limiting beliefs we were holding on to. It shatters even the labels we attach on ourselves, even the religious ones, because it brings to our knowledge that each and every human being only has one religion, one dharma, and that is to turn to God, one source almighty. You can call that source with different names. It wouldn't make much of a difference. This truth is what we need. When you choose to live by this truth, you change for good and you bring in change for good. That's what I see many of you are doing right now, or are choosing to do right now, or are going to, which is going to bring in this breakthrough, or is bringing in this breakthrough here, right here for you. This is challenging actually for your person. You may think that Maybe it was not challenging, or maybe they chose to be a coward. However, that might be true in your case in the past. The good news is that it's changing. The good news is that now your person is taking a good amount of pride in choosing to live by love, or choose love over pride, ego, and arrogance. They're choosing the truth of equality and the wisdom and knowledge and love over what these men were suggesting them to believe in the past. These men who are abusive, these men who are arrogant, these men who only focus on attaining and accumulating wealth, pleasure and prosperity, these men who are total materialists. So when they see someone living his or her life, prioritizing spiritual truth, in touch with their spiritual self, they realize that they were listening to wrong people. They are realizing that whatever they learned was not truth. It was a false belief. They were brainwashed to live in a certain way that's anti-human, that leads to abuse and torment and violence and whatnot. These men were suggesting them and were influencing them to look in a way that feeds their ego, pride, and arrogance. However, I see that your person is now choosing love over that. They're choosing compassion and respect, mutual respect and understanding over that. And they are taking great pride in that, because many of them are now learning the truth. They're focused on knowing the truth rather than listening to these people. And for those who are not there yet, for those who might be listening to these men in their life, hang in there, hold on, because justice is going to get served, and sooner or later your person is going to choose love. They're going to choose you, maybe later after they realize that they need change. They need to look for change, they need to look for truth rather than these people's opinions or judgments or whatsoever. And it's not like this change they are bringing in is easy for them, because these people are making it difficult. They always did. They always had it in mind that whoever is going to stand up against them or is going to do the right thing, they're going to make things difficult and troublesome for that person. They did that indeed. They are doing it right now as well. I see that. But still, your person is focused on doing the right thing. They are not as fearful as they were in the past. I see them taking stand. I see them moving forward with pride, with courage and confidence. And many of them are actually getting praised for that by other people. Maybe not by these same men they have or had in their life, because I see that many of these men they have in their life, coming from their family or friends, are now talking shit about them, are now judging them, questioning their choices and decisions, questioning how they changed, why they changed, maybe ridiculing them, insulting them, mocking at them. They are creating problems for them. They are saying that, oh, so now you are a feminist here. Oh, this person has changed into a simp. Oh, now this person is in love, so now he's going to be a bootlicker. Your bootlicker, actually. So this is the way these people are now trying to drag your person down, by saying things here and there, more so like insulting them. They're trying to, shatter their confidence, their courage, and their strength. However, I don't see them receiving any success in that, because your person is standing strong and steady, knowing that they are doing the right thing, knowing that they are bringing in a good change. Again, I'll repeat, those who are not there yet, you can expect this change. Just know that it will happen on divine right timing. It might take a lot of time because it's a big change and the obstacles are big as well. It's going to be difficult. It is difficult. Even if you think that it's not as difficult as it may seem, it is difficult. For any man to stand in front of men like these who are abusive, who are manipulative, who are cunning, who are clever, who are dangerous, it is difficult. Still, your person or these counterparts of yours, they are doing it, so it's a big thing. You can be grateful for that. However, I suggest all of you to remain distant, because these people have got big issue with their ego and they wouldn't like to get it hurt. So let your counterpart deal with these men here. They'll find their way out. They'll receive the assistance or the support or anything else they need on their journey by divine forces. You have to just focus on yourself, spread real knowledge, gain real knowledge, spiritual knowledge, and live as a positive example. That's all. That's why you keep getting reminded, suggested, and advised to do this thing. It might seem monotonous, but there's a reason behind that, because that's the only way you lead your journey, you lead your counterpart towards your destination, towards your union. I see union here. I see marriage here. Because these people were against your union and marriage. As they believed the worst about you, assumed the worst about you, they looked at you in a way which was demeaning and disrespectful as well. Your person is realizing that. They are realizing that it's not them but these men who need to change. It's not them but these men who need to evolve and choose growth and wisdom over their overinflated ego and mindset. They are realizing that. Many of them are trying to speak their truth. Some of them who cannot speak their truth in front of these men, they are just living their life as a positive example. They are leading, trying to lead as a positive example and getting judged for that by these men. Getting ridiculed for doing that by these men. Maybe even harassed or threatened in some cases. But still, they are willing to and are fighting to bring in balance and the element of fairness and justice here in your connection, in your situation, or in your lives in general, which is a very big thing. Very, very big thing. So be grateful for that. Don't worry about these obstacles, because sooner or later you'll see them doing the right thing. Sooner or later you'll see them choosing truth over negativity, hostility, or abuse. These people were suggesting them to choose, over influencing them to choose. Sooner or later, these people are going to see your person changing for good, and they wouldn't be able to do anything except just bickering or, talking shit, dragging their name through the mud or yours. That's all they can do. That's all. They can only create problems, but they cannot stop your person from choosing growth, wisdom, or truth over them or anything they have to say. This is the change I see you have brought in. Your person is going to choose love, humility, compassion, knowledge, spirituality over these people in their life. These men, especially if your counterpart is a man, it's a big change. They're going to shatter this patriarchal pattern here. They are doing it by their example. Big thing. Because they want love. They have realized that each and every person needs love to grow and evolve and feel good. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it uplifting? Isn't it something to be grateful for? Isn't it something you should be commended for, or maybe your person? Okay, so this was your reading for today. I hope that you enjoyed listening to me and you felt really, really great. If so, do let me know how you felt in the comment section below. Feel free to hit the like button and do subscribe to our channel for more such content to be readily available for all of you on a regular basis. With that being said, do not hesitate to follow through with the link given in the description box below if your heart says so. Also, if you are interested in taking a personal reading, do contact me or consult with me through way of my given email address provided in the description box below. That's all. I'll be back sooner than later. Till then, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye-bye.